My t-shirt has a deer on it. Look. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're enjoying my 12 Days of Taryn series so far. Today's video is something that's really important to me, and I think it's really important to speak about around this time of year. There are so many people in the world who don't have enough money to celebrate Christmas or to provide regular things for themselves that we most often than not take for granted. And around the holiday period, I think that it's really important to give back. I think that it isn't all about the presents and the wrapping and the food, and you know, I think at Christmas your love needs to extend further than just to your family and your partner or your friends. There are so many people out there who are in desperate need of your help, and especially around this time of the year, I think it's really important to give back. And so I wanted to talk about some of my favorite Christmas charities, and there are so many to choose from. I mean, you can donate to homeless shelters, you can give to, you know, any local charities, you could give to, you know, Royal Children's Hospital, cancer councils, those kinds of things. But I wanted to talk about some of my favorite, more local ones. So if you're in Australia, most of these will be available to you. If you're not, look around in your local communities or online. There are so many charities, or you know, if you're wanting to give to animals, there's probably heaps of animal rescue farms that are taking donations at this time of the year to help them help the animals. So whatever floats your boat, there's so many to choose from. You can sponsor a child in Africa or sponsor a child in your neighborhood. There's so many options, but I'm going to talk about some of my favorite ones today, just to maybe give you an idea of what's out there and inspire you to give back this Christmas. So the first one, unfortunately by the time this video goes up, I think that they may have actually finished this part of their charity. So it's called Share the Dignity, and Share the Dignity every year do a Christmas charity called It's in the Bag. And so basically Share the Dignity is a charity that looks after women who have been affected by domestic violence, who are now homeless or of the sort because they've got nowhere to live because of domestic violence. So I did this last year and I absolutely loved it, and so I'm doing it again this year. Unfortunately, the cut-off date is the 2nd of December because they need to have all the bags so that they can then send them out and get them to the people for Christmas. But basically what you do is you get a bag, an old bag that you don't use anymore, which I'm sure most girls have got at least one that they don't use anymore, and you get the bag and you fill it with lots of your essentials, anything that a girl might need. So things like toothbrush, toothpaste, sanitary items, sunscreen, moisturizer, hand cream, whatever you've got that you don't use, or you can go and purchase things. If you're vegan, you know, go out and purchase vegan things, whatever floats your boat. But giving to these women who have nothing, especially around the holidays, and you can put things like socks, you can give them a little card with a positive message inside, anything that will help lift this woman's spirit, whoever you're giving your bag to, which you don't know unfortunately who is going to receive your bag. But last year I put a really inspirational quote into the bag, and I put heaps of stuff in there because I had a heap of stuff. Like, since I've transitioned to vegan, I had all this non-vegan stuff that I wasn't using anymore, so I put all of that in a donation bag and gave it to someone who could really use it. And if you happen to see this video and it's before the 2nd of December, which I highly doubt it, if you want to know for next time, they actually do all of their drop-offs for It's in the Bag at Bunnings. So you can take it to Bunnings. If you want to get into this next year, you can get a bag, fill it with some stuff for a woman in need and drop it off at Bunnings. So anyone can do it. You don't have to sign up or anything. You just do it and you put it in the box, and you just have to go online and make sure that you've like sort of checked the boxes, and there's things in there they tell you not to put in there, so just be mindful of that. But Share the Dignity do also take donations, I believe, so if you're interested in donating to women's shelters or to help women who've been affected by domestic violence who are struggling at this time of year, I'm sure that they would greatly appreciate your donation. So the next one is the Salvation Army, and they do a Christmas toy appeal. So this is giving to children, so children who either don't have families or have families who are really struggling and they can't afford to buy them toys or anything. And so what you do, like, you can go online and they have a big list of all of the toys, and you basically buy a toy for a child. So you can pick whatever toy at whatever price, and then it gets given to a child, which I think is really sweet, because there's so many families who are struggling, who can't afford to buy their children gifts at Christmas, and maybe Santa doesn't know where they are, and Santa can't find them, and so Santa doesn't come to these kids. So you need to play Santa and buy them a toy or multiple toys, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And I think that it's really important to give to these poor children who maybe feel left out amongst their peers at school, or who maybe can't even afford to go to school, and one toy would just make their year. So the next one that I wanted to talk about is Vinnie's, which if you're from Australia you would know that that's one of the charity shops, op shop, thrift shop, whatever you want to call it. And so they also do a Christmas appeal, but this is more aimed towards families who are struggling. So families who maybe can't afford rent, or can't afford food, or can't afford their basic necessities. So you basically pick however much money you feel comfortable donating, and then you are helping families out around this time of year, Australian families who maybe can't afford the things that you can, and you know, $50 could make their whole Christmas. And finally, I just wanted to talk about things like GoFundMe pages. So going onto the GoFundMe website, and you can literally just like scroll through and see all of the people who are asking for money for certain things, whether it be to pay for ongoing medical bills for an illness, or raising money for a project that they're working on. Whatever it is, there is people on those websites that would absolutely love your money, especially around the Christmas period, especially if it means keeping their loved ones alive for longer around the Christmas period. So maybe scrolling through, pages like that where you can donate to specific people and families, and you can read about their specific stories and find a person or a story that resonates with you and donate to them. Like I said, there are so many out there that you can choose from. You can do research and find what is good in your local area, but I do think that it's something everyone should consider doing around this time of year. And I think that it's really, really important for you, if you have a little bit of extra money, or maybe, you know, you have everything you need and you don't need pointless gifts from other people. Tell them to give you money, or tell them to use the money they would have bought your present with to go to charity, to donate to your favorite animal shelter or your favorite homeless shelter, or whatever you want, instead of spending money on clothes that you probably have enough of. Spend money donating it to a child in need, or a family, or a young woman who is struggling. Christmas is a time for giving and sharing the love, and I really hope that this video has inspired you to go and share some of your love with somebody else and help people who are in need, or animals, whichever. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel so you don't miss any more of my Christmas videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!